Hello, welcome back to my channel. If you're new here, my name is Mary and today's video is going to be a catch up on my 2024 goals. So I wanted to watch my goals video that I put out earlier this year. It's about halfway through the year now. We're halfway through June, so not quite halfway through the year, but I wanted to see how I was doing with all of my goals and then give you an update on how I'm doing and hopefully make a plan to go forward in case I am not making some of these goals. I've noticed in years past that I make these goals videos and then I never ever look at them again, so I have no idea if I'm following my goals because I'm not keeping myself accountable for them. So that's what we're going to do today. Again, I'm not a fancy YouTuber. I'm just gonna watch my video on here. I will relay to you what it says, and then I will talk about how I am doing in each of these goals aspects. Let's start, shall we? So the first goal that I talk about is wanting to post 2 videos every single week on my channel, and I have not kept up with that very well, but I am starting to get back into posting 2 videos every single week. A lot of it is having the time to pre-film and pre-plan. The way that I'm thinking I will tackle this goal going forward is I'm going to film at least 2 videos every single weekend. So 1 video Saturday, 1 video Sunday. This is my video that I'm filming on Saturday because those are the days that I don't work. So that's the easiest time for me to film, and then hopefully I can edit throughout the week and get them up on time. So you will hopefully see this video on Monday, June 17th, but you'll know better than I will if I meet that goal. But that is something that I've wanted to do. That is what I started my channel doing, and it's been really, really good for growth, keeping up with 2 videos every single week. So that is still my goal, and I'm still trying to maintain that. I also had a number of subscribers that I want to gain. I think I wrote it in my bullet journal, but I can't recall, and my bullet journal is actually currently downstairs in my work bag. So I don't know exactly what that number is, but I can say that I am up in subscribers. I actually had a really good month last month. I don't know what happened, but I gained a significant amount of subscribers for a channel of my size. And so if you're new here, welcome. Thank you so much for joining me. But it does feel good to gain subscribers. And again, I'm not entirely sure what I think I know what my goal was, and I don't know. I mean, I haven't hit it yet. I don't know if I'm going to hit it this year, but I am making steps in that direction. And I think posting regularly is part of that. So I'm very excited to be continuing to make content and continuing to grow my little YouTube channel family. So then I said I wanted to participate in 4 readathons in 2024. So I am doing Buzzwordathon, and I'm trying to do that every month. I don't know that I've done it every month, but I made a video for my May Buzzwordathon because I had a lot of books that fit that prompt. I'm doing it in June. I have 1 book that fits the prompt. If you missed my TBR, I will link it for you. But I am trying to keep up with that. I also did a readathon. I did Jonty's Inferno. I think I failed that readathon, but I did participate in it, so I will link my vlog for that. And I also tried to do the X's and O's readathon, and did I vlog that as well? I might have. I did vlog that as well. Again, I don't think I completed all of the prompts. I was trying to do like a blackout board, but I did pick my books for the month based on those 2 readathons, and I did participate in both of them. So that's 3 readathons that I've done so far, which is really good because again, my goal was to participate in 4 readathons all year. I also have tentative plans to try to participate in the tarot readathon that's happening in July. I did this a couple years ago and I really enjoyed it, and I have a deck of tarot cards that honestly I don't use very much, so it's exciting to get to pull them out. They're very beautiful. I've done a couple of videos about them in the past, so I will link those for you, including the previous tarot readathon that I did. So yeah, I'm really I'm excited to continue to participate in that readathon, and that will cross off this goal at just over halfway through the year. So if I continue to do Buzzwordathon all year, then that will be good. And then we'll see what other readathons pop up that I'm interested in. But I am excited that I got back into readathons this year. I really didn't do them last year. I did Buzzwordathon, and that was pretty much it. Well, did I do Bookopoly-thon? I might have done Spookopoly-thon too. But for the most part, I tend to fail readathons. So I've not really successfully completed very many readathons. Any readathons. I haven't successfully completed any readathons this year. But I am enjoying getting back into them and the community aspect of them, if that makes sense. So I do consider that a success. I said I would like to do Aurelium in this. I did not participate in Aurelium spring semester. It is a big commitment, and I didn't want to put myself into a slump. And I had a really good reading month in April, and I also had a lot of life changes happening in April. So I think doing Aurelium would have slowed me down. I might do, I think it's in August, is their like fall semester one. So I might do that, to be seen. I love Aurelium. I feel like I can never put in the amount of effort that I would want to into it. And that makes me like have a hard time wanting to participate in it, if that makes sense. I also said on here that I would like to get back into reading sprints, although I was not making that a goal, and I have not done that yet. But that's still something I would like to do. So as this goes along and I get more like comfortable in my new job role, maybe I will carve out some time once a week to do reading sprints again. I really enjoyed doing them previously, but it was easier before because I was working full-time when I was doing reading sprints. I don't know how I was able to pull that off, to be honest. I haven't done it in like 2 years now. But I would like to get back into reading sprints because I did enjoy hosting them, and it did persuade me to do a lot of reading. Okay, so let me pull up my stats because I just said for my reading goals, I wanted to read 2 books physically every single month. I have not done that. Let me see how many I've even done. I read 1 physical book in January, 1 physical book in February, 1 physical book in March, 3 physical books in April, so that's 6. No physical books in May, that's what I figured. And I'm in June and I have not yet read a physical book, but I do have 2 on my June TBR that I would like to get to. Well, I have 1 on my June TBR and then 1 that I just would like to get to in June that was on my May TBR. So I'm trying. I'm not really succeeding at that because at this point in the year, I should have 10 physical books read and I've read 6. So again, I'm hoping I can like really buckle down and read some of these. And several of these physical books that I have on my like 24 books to read in 2024, several of them are rereads for me. So I am, I'm excited to read all of these, but I don't know. And some of them I actually listened to as audiobooks. So I had the Game of Thrones books on that list that I was hoping to read physically, and I listened to them as audiobooks because they're too big for me to try to read physically. I am still trying to hit this goal. We'll see if I can, God, what is that, 18 books? If I can read 18 physical books between now and the end of the year. I'll give you a spoiler. It's June 15th, and I have not even picked up a physical book in June. So I hopefully will read the one that's on my TBR, but we'll see. Okay, and then I talk about my total books that I want to read for the year, which is 148, and I'm about to check to see if I'm still on track. I was behind for a little bit in April, I think, and I made a video as my April reset trying to get back into being on track for that goal. And I know I was on track for a while, but I had had a really slow couple of weeks and a lot of family stuff has been happening. So I'm wondering if I'm going to be able to come back and hit that goal. Because currently I'm 3 books behind schedule. I have read 64 books as of this moment, which is 43% of my goal, and I should have read 67 books. So maybe I should do another one of those, try to catch up to my reading goal videos. We'll see. Let me know if you'd be interested in that. I might see how I'm doing by the last week in June, see if I can knock out a couple things, because I'm in the middle of several books. So if I could just get those read, then I would be well on my way. But the problem is the slowdown, if you will, is from me picking up bigger books and also taking my time with books. So I'm not mad at the progress that I'm making, but I am definitely not reading every day. I'm not reading as much as I feel like I usually do, especially in the audiobooks department, because I am listening to the Game of Thrones books as audiobooks, and they are all 40 to 50 hours long, which is really long. It's a really long time, even if you read them at 3 times speed, which I do. So it takes some time, whereas normally I can listen to a normal audiobook, which is anywhere from 9 to 15 hours in a day or 2. So that's been the slowdown there, but we're still working on it, and it's gonna be fine. And then I talk about some things that I want to implement every single month. Spoiler alert, I have not really kept up with this. I had a list of goals that I wanted to I wanted to do habit stacking. So instead of doing a bunch of New Year's resolutions at the beginning of the year, I wanted to do 1 resolution a month. And I did complete dry January. That was no big deal. I think I did something in February, but I can't remember what it was. I keep saying I want to do another 30 days of yoga, and I have not done it. So maybe that is still something that I want to do. I have said that I want to try to make sure that I'm hitting 10,000 steps a day. That's not happening. I work a very sedentary office job. So I've been trying to walk my dog more. I have 2 dogs. Marvel is friendly, easygoing, great. He's 11. And then Murphy is 6 and very, very anxious about everything. So he's the one who needs more exercise probably, but he does not do well on walks. He has his tail tucked the whole time. He won't go to the bathroom, won't do anything, doesn't really want to be on them because he's so nervous about his surroundings. So we try to exercise him in other ways, but it's difficult. We want to get a bigger yard eventually so that we can do runs with him in the backyard, but he doesn't seem unhappy. He's not gaining weight. We do little mental games and toys and stuff with him. But Marvel loves to be outside and loves to go for a walk, and he's getting towards old age. He's a small dog, so he'll probably, knock on wood, live for another 5 to 8 years. I'm being really optimistic. What if he lived to be 19? That would be crazy. 5 years is what I'm thinking. I'm trying to get him more walks and stuff while he's still very young and spry and wanting to do that. So that's something that I've been trying to do to get my step count up, and it actually works pretty well. On a typical day, I walk anywhere from 2,000 to 3,000 steps, just between being at my house and being at work. And then I can easily knock out 7,000 steps on a walk with him. I've done it a couple times, and I was oh, well, this is not hard. So I think that's something that I really want to try to do. Oop, and I talked about my gym membership, which, spoiler alert, I changed jobs, and so I don't have that gym membership anymore because it was through my work. So my new office technically has a gym, but I think it's just like a treadmill and some weights upstairs that were brought by one of the other attorneys, and I feel really weird about using that. So Matt and I have talked about getting a gym membership. We haven't done it yet. We're thinking Planet Fitness maybe, but the problem is I don't know where one is near us, and we'd probably want to meet after work to do it. So we'll see how that goes, but we haven't done that yet. Oh, and I also talked about wanting to keep up with my bullet journal, which I did fall off of for a while, I won't lie to you. I have several months where I went back and added like a title page and a calendar for them and wrote in some things that I did in those months because I keep track of that on a separate Google Doc, which seems silly, but that's just how I do it. And I went back and filled those in. So now I've been taking my bullet journal to work with me every day. I think, and this is a pretty ambitious like idea, but I'm thinking for my bullet journal for next year, what I want to do is I want to get it a little bit in advance, like maybe ask for it for my birthday and spend a couple weeks setting up the whole year in the bullet journal with like different spreads that I normally use. Because I pretty much what I have in my bullet journal, and I can show you at some point, I do a title page that I like decorate however I want. Sometimes there's like a quote involved, sometimes it's just drawings and stuff. Sometimes it's like stickers, stuff like that. And then I do a calendar spread where I can like write out big events, and I usually keep track of my like YouTube posts that I have planned for that month and that kind of thing on that page. And then I do like my TBR for the month with space to add the books that I actually end up reading. And I used to have a stats page in there. The thing is, I don't really like the way it looks laid out in the bullet journal, and it's hard for me to keep track of that way. So I've started just keeping track of my stats on my computer, and then maybe I can like put them in at the end of the month once everything's tallied, rather than like tallying it in there and trying to write it, because it feels very cramped and not very like, I don't know, it just doesn't feel very functional for me that way. And then I have weeklies where I write down things that I have coming up that I need to like prepare for. I've been starting to put my work stuff in there as well because I don't actually have like a work day planner. I've used my calendar for my work day planner for the past couple of months, but it's nice to have something physical to look at. And I like having it that way. So I've started using it a lot more now that I'm like actually bringing it with me in my life instead of just like looking at it at the end of every day, if that makes sense. So I'm hopeful that if I can fill out the spreads in advance, even if I don't color them all in, if I like pick the themes, do like rough sketches and outlines in advance, and then I can like use that as my bullet journal going forward, that would be really cool. I don't do any habit tracking or anything like that currently. I'm not sure if I'm really interested in it. The only thing I'd be interested in is keeping track of like the number of pages that I read maybe, and that's the only thing that's like a drawback of filling the journal out so far in advance, as I'm worried that I will end up not having room one month for like something that I want to add, and so I'll have to add it at like a random spot. But that's my plan for next year. If you do that, let me know how it goes for you. That's the end of my goals video. So that's how I'm doing with my goals. This is actually a longer video than the goals video, but hopefully once I cut out the parts where I'm watching my other goals video, it won't be as long. But thank you so much for watching this video. If you enjoyed it, give it a thumbs up. If you would like to, you can subscribe to my channel, because again, I am trying to post 2 videos every single week this year, and I've been on a roll recently. Not to pat myself on the back too much, but I'm pretty happy about that. Let me know in the comments down below what some of your goals are. Like, how many books are you trying to read this year? Do you have a page count goal? Do you have like a readathon goal like I do? Just let me know any of these goals, and I will see you in another video very soon.